Does it always feel like you're hitting a brick wall when you try to make friends or find love? No matter what you do, something seems to put them off. There may be certain habits and tendencies you're not aware of that are making them lose their enthusiasm towards you. So today we'll be taking a look at some of the behaviors that are making it hard for you to make friends and find romantic love. If you relate to these points, please know that this video is not meant to shame anyone, but a way to bring awareness. Number 1, pseudo humility. Jokes where you make fun of yourself can be refreshing sometimes, as it shows that you're self-aware and don't take yourself too seriously. However, sometimes some people don't make jokes for humor's sake, but to use them as bait to receive compliments. For example, you might say, my drawings are so bad, they could scare away actual children, but then show something that you're secretly very proud of. At first, those around you may respond by saying, what are you talking about? That's amazing. But after a couple of times, this trend can be frustrating for them because real humility is a genuine, endearing trait. To falsify that trait to further boost your ego could make you appear desperate, needy, and even narcissistic to others. People with pseudo-humility simultaneously deflect compliments while not being open to any criticism, which could make them frustrating to be around. Number 2, being too agreeable. People-pleasing can be extremely destructive not only to your relationships, but to your mental health. At some point or another, you'll realize that you can't please everyone. Sometimes you'll be required to be in 2 places at once, or be asked to do something that goes directly against your beliefs and instincts. Being too agreeable can make you unattractive in 2 ways. First, people notice when you go along with everything they say. By depicting yourself as someone with no personal agency, you're bound to greatly disappoint someone at some point, especially since you'd struggle to stand out or prove your value. Not only that, it can have the opposite effect of what you intend, where those around you end up being frustrated with having you constantly run around trying to do things for them, somewhat taking away their agency. That being said, being there for your loved ones is great, but true support doesn't always come from pure agreeableness. Oftentimes, agreeableness comes from an eagerness to fit in, which brings us to the next point. Number 3, too eager to fit in. Have you noticed how people sometimes adopt popular lifestyle choices, beauty standards, or fashion trends to fit in with their social circles, even if those choices don't necessarily reflect their true preferences? It's comforting when we fit in, as it gives us a sense of belonging, but are you doing it at the expense of your own autonomy? If you abandon your own thoughts, morals, or ambitions because they don't align with the opinions of certain social circles, you do so at the risk of losing your individuality. Social chameleons are known to adopt the opinions, attitudes, and tastes of those around them. But even when in a group of friends who all share similarities, it's easy to spot someone who's just parroting the same opinions back to the group. Being your own unique, handmade pot with its own cracks and stains will always be more interesting than a flawless but plain factory-made pot. But if you try too hard to be unique or edgy, people will sense that too. So it's important to find balance. I believe it all comes down to your true intentions. Are you making these choices solely to impress others, or are they a form of self-expression and a reflection of your own autonomy? It's important to be honest with yourself and take time for self-reflection, which again brings us to the next point. Number 4, I'm not like other guys or girls. Being aware of your unique traits and embracing them is great for drawing people in and being attractive. However, on the other side of the spectrum, people can become too invested in standing out. If your unique traits are performative or used for boasting, it can quickly make people dislike you. The difference is boastfulness. It makes you come across like you want to be rewarded for doing the bare minimum. It also makes people think you're a pick-me type of person who's overly desperate for validation due to their insecurities. It's great if someone likes to read books, but if they try to insinuate that their hobbies make them smarter, better, or more unique than other people, no one would want to talk to that person. Again, it's great to have hobbies that are special to you and help you express your individuality, but using them to compare yourself to others is just gonna push people away. Number 5, they'll only like me if I'm perfect. It would be amazing to breeze through life without incident. Despite knowing that growth is a process, some of us struggle to believe in our value in the current moment, especially when estimating our attraction. Some people believe that they won't have a chance with anyone unless they're a 10. If you're concerned that you don't have enough money, aren't good looking enough, or don't have enough life achievements to be attractive, you're actively holding yourself back. The truth is, perfection is an illusion. This type of mindset and self-limiting behavior can make you believe you're less attractive than you actually are. Perfectionism can put a strain on your relationships. As revealed in a study published in the Journal of Personality Assessment, it can lead to arrogance, socially distant characteristics, interpersonal maladjustment, and distress. An important thing to remember is that your own definition of perfection will change over time. So appreciate yourself for who you are now and allow growth, whether it be physically, spiritually, or mentally, to take the time it needs. And number 6, having a zero-sum game mindset. Do you have friends who are already getting married or buying a house? Sometimes it can feel like we're competing with those around us for success in relationships. It can be painful to think we're all falling behind our peers in the game of life. But the truth is that there aren't any winners or losers. This type of mindset can catastrophically affect your attractiveness. After all, the only people you'll end up attracting will be those who think the same way. People who are constantly focused on winners and losers who need to be better than everyone else break down sincerity and make it difficult to foster genuine relationships. If that sounds like you, learn to be okay with not competing. When you succeed, enjoy the fact that you succeed, but don't think that means others have lost. Bringing your friends up, learning from failure, and helping those around you will always be more attractive than the opposite. Research indicates that having good virtues like kindness and fidelity can be just as impactful as physical attractiveness on others' impression of you. So if your relationships seem sour and you can't seem to attract sincere people, consider the sort of energy and behavior you're putting out. Even though some of these behaviors can sound quite bad, don't worry if they apply to you. In reality, they're all quite common and can be improved upon as long as you're aware of them. Do you know anyone with these behaviors? Do any of these sound like you? Let us know in the comments down below. If you found this video helpful or interesting, let us know by leaving a like. Remember to subscribe to Psych2Go for more videos like this, and we'll see you next time, Psych2Goers.